Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am Saint Gaming and welcome back to another video on characters that have a chance in Jump Force. And today we are going to be talking about Fist of the North Star, which is one of the biggest series of all time, one of the biggest series in the 80s. It's what defined, I think, Shonen altogether. And in this game, like Black Clover, I believe Fist of the North Star was heavily pooped on, kicked to the curb, not that well represented as it should be. Now, in the past Jump games, Fist of the North Star would at least get two representatives, that always being Kenshiro and Rao, and that made sense. That always made sense when they did it back then. But in Jump Force, we only got Kenshiro, and yes, I know Kenshiro has a lot of these characters' moves. He has Rao's moves in his moveset. But, well, let's get started with the first character being Rao. Now, Rao should have been in this game. I was shocked he was not. He is one of the most iconic anime villains of all time. And he is the main villain of Fist of the North Star, technically, sorta. And the fact that Rao wasn't in this game and Fist of the North Star doesn't have any DLC with him in it is weird and surprising and a little upsetting. Rao is such an iconic character to just anime and manga. I mean, he's one of the first big major villains. Like, he was there before Dio, I think. I don't actually know if he was there before Dio. I would have to fact check that. But he was there he was there before a lot of the major ones that we come to love today, such as Aizen or Madara or Doflamingo. He was there before them. He's kind of what set up the whole villain thing I feel like a lot of series use nowadays. So yeah, Rao definitely should be in this game with a DLC or a sequel. Fist of the North Star needs Rao. Rao needs to be in this game. I want Rao to be in this game. For sure, Rao. Next is Ray, or Ree, or however you say it. I say Ray. Now, Ray is the rival, best friend archetype type character in the series. I would really like Ray, as he would bring us the South Star user into the game, which would be really fun and cool. Also, the part that had Ray was some of my favorite stuff from Fist of the North Star. Ray was just a great character, and again, he would definitely be one of the great choices to come after, say, Rao. I would like Ray in the game. Next is Toki, or Tokai, however you say it. I say Toki. Toki would be a fun addition to the game, and he would have some healing type abilities and moves that would be great to have in the game. He is also a sorta mentor to Kenshiro. I only say sorta. He's not Kenshiro's full-on mentor, but he does have some mentor-esque type things in the series for Kenshiro and Ray and a couple of the other characters. Any of these three would make the most sense, and any of these three, I would just like them to be added. These are my top three Fist of the North Star characters in that exact order, the way I said them. Now, the next characters that have a chance, but a smaller chance, but when it comes to those three, I mean, they are the staples of Fist of the North Star. But the next character I want to talk about is Kayo. Now, Kayo would make sense because Kenshiro does come from Fist of the North Star 2. That's where he comes from. He comes from after Rao. He comes from Fist of the North Star 2. Even if his appearance doesn't come from that, his abilities and moves do come from that, which Kayo was the main villain of. And Kayo sorta is the big final villain. He is the big major last villain in the series. I mean, yes, the manga does go on and does have a few villains, but Kayo was like the last staple villain. And that would just make sense timeline wise to have Kayo in the game. Though I think the first three, in my opinion, should come before Kayo. Next is Shin. Now, Shin was the first villain in Fist of the North Star, and his impact on the series is felt heavily throughout the whole series. I mean, he was Kenshiro's first villain. He was Kenshiro's original rival before, the world went to shit and the Wasteland happened. Shin was the reason the whole journey in the Wasteland started, and honestly, I think he would fit the game very well if he was added. Next is Thouser. Now, Thouser isn't as popular or as important to the series as Rao, Kayo, and Shin when it comes villain-wise, but he did leave an impact on Kenshiro And a fun little fact about the Japan stage that is in the game, it pulls elements from Fist of North Star. It has the Wasteland in it, and it has the Southern Cross pyramid in it, which are elements that come from the Thouser arc. So I think that's a little nod towards Thouser himself. Now, the last characters have little to no chance, but I think should be mentioned because they do leave pretty big impacts in the series, and they could be potentially, given a chance to be in the series, say after all these other characters. I'm not saying they should or they will add all these characters, but they do have that chance. The first one is Shu, and the second one is Jaggy. Now, both have a place in the story, and again, the Japan stage does have elements of the Thouser arc, which Shu is the main lead in, basically, besides Kenshiro. But Shu is like the main character, basically. Again, another South Star user. And Jaggy is a less important character, but is one of the North Star brothers. So that right there gives him a little edge. Also, the shotgun would just be a new and interesting thing to have in the game. I think would bring a cool little element to the game itself. Now, that's it with the video today. That's all I have to really say about these characters. Fist of North Star could pull so many great characters from it. Who do you think has a chance? Who do you want? And next is the last video of this series I will be doing, which will be on Dragon Quest: The Adventure of Dai, which is huge right now. It's getting a new anime, it's getting a new video games. So like, comment, and subscribe. Have a nice day, and be ready for that Dragon Quest video.